everyone! In today's video I would like to share my fabric stash with you. Last week I watched, well it was a few days ago actually, I watched Healer from Saturday Night Stitch's Get Out of My Stash video, and I did think it was really inspiring to have a look at what is in someone else's stash and how are you going to go forward with using that. And I know last year I didn't buy any fabric. Apart from like 4 pieces of fabric, I didn't buy any fabric all year because I wanted to say I was going to use the fabric that's in my stash. But I hardly did any sewing last year at all. So this year I'm making a new resolution to use the fabric in my stash again. But this time with more practical reasons behind it as well. I want the space, I want more space, and I feel like I spent quite a lot of money on fabric that is just sitting in boxes. So I'm going to show you a few things that I've got, and I may start off with some of the most recent bits that I've bought. More recently I have bought, and it's all down on the floor here, so I'm going to be going backwards and forwards down here. So the other thing to say is I am absolutely rubbish with knowing what fabrics are called, so I'll probably call most of them cotton even though they're not cotton. I know that they are different, but this is a stretch fabric. Maybe it's like a polyester blend. It is quite see-through and it's quite stretchy as well, but I did buy a couple of yards of this, so I've got quite a lot, and it's a dark grey. And my main reason for buying this fabric and a couple of the others that I'm going to show you next is to make a few things for work with them. At work I can only wear plain black pants with, or trousers, plain black trousers with like a coloured top, a solid coloured top, or a patterned top, but it still has to be quite formal and quite smart. So I thought that something with a little bit of drape in it, I might be able to do like a wrap dress, something like that, and maybe wear like a camisole underneath it because it is quite see-through. So that's the grey version. I then bought exactly the same in this like tealy turquoise colour, and again it's got a really nice drape on it, and again I got 2 yards, and I actually got this in my local fabric shop. We had a some of you might have heard of Hancock's Fabrics. We had one about a mile away from us, but it has since closed down. I didn't get these in the closing down sale because their closing down sale annoyed me immensely, because whenever I would buy fabric there, I would always look on the like the percentage off row, where some of their fabrics were like 70% off, some were even 90% off, but like your dressmaking fabrics always had a really good discount on them, and I could find quite a few that I liked as well. When they did their closing down sale, they took those discounts off and just applied like a 20% off everything in the store. So a fabric that had previously got 60% off now only had 20% off, and I wasn't going to justify buying it because I didn't agree with it. So there we go. But it did only cost me, I think it was only like $7 a yard, something like that, for both of those. The next one I have is like a voile, and this again is a little bit see-through. You can see myself through that as I hold it up, but wearing that you can't see anything underneath it. Like when you put your hand under, you can't see your hand at all. This is just plain black. I'm hoping to maybe make I thought about one of the blouses from Tilly's book, and I can't remember which one it's called. I've made one before, but it's the one that has like the bow on the front, and is it the Matilda blouse, something like that anyway, but it has like the nice wide set collar on there, and you can add like a little bow in there as well. So I thought I might make something with that, maybe with just a contrast collar. So that's the black, and again I've got about 2 yards of that one. My other one that I bought, I'm more excited to use this one because it's actually a denim fabric. It's a stretch denim, and it's a black denim. So I was either thinking of making a dress, or it might be a nice shirt. It's got a little bit of stretch just one way, but I bought enough I think I might have bought 3 or 4 yards of this because I believe it was only, might have even only been $5 a yard. So I got quite a lot of that, and I'm hoping to maybe get a couple of tops out of it, or a top and a dress, something like that. They are my most recent purchases, so that's it for recent buys. I did have, I've had a couple of fabrics gifted to me, and one of them was actually from Camilla from Making and Marking. She bought me for Christmas a really, really nice Riley Blake fat quarter set, and she knows that I love nutcrackers. So this one has like the small nutcrackers on there. This one has the big nutcrackers on there. Then there is like a mixed fabric with different Christmas symbols on, and then we've got 2 like snowflake starbursts, and this is the nutcracker. I think it's a nutcracker bundle, I'm not sure. Some of it says nutcracker on it, so I think that it's a nutcracker bundle. And I think I'm going to make some cushion covers with that. Even though it's Christmas fabric, I love it anyway, so I'll probably just put it out at any time this year once I've made those. Now the other fabrics that I'm going to go through, these have all been in my stash for over a year. So I've had, you may have seen some of them before, as I know previous to like some of my sewing blogs last year, I did do a few blogs where I wrote down my intentions of sewing. So I took photos of like fabric with patterns and things like that, but I know that it's changed now. So next fabrics that I'm going to talk about are like my jersey collection. I think they're jerseys. 2 of these I blogged about quite a while ago. I got them at an estate sale, and I think again we paid about $5 for a big box of fabric, and these are quite heavyweight fabrics. It's like almost like solid on one side, and then you've got like, this is like a cherry blossom design, and then this is almost like a floral print, but it's quite a geometric print, so that's got a good pattern to it. They are quite heavyweight, but I do think that these will make good cocoa tops or dresses, so I think that's what I'm going to start these with. I've got one other fleecy jersey, which again, this is just the type of fabric that I like. This is a really nice ditzy floral print, but it's actually a brown background with a pink rose flower on there. And again, it's got a good amount of stretch to it, and a good amount of drape as well. So I'm quite looking forward to using this at some point too. And then 2 random fabrics that I've got. This one again was from an estate sale. And I'm not quite sure what to do with this, and I think I'm a bit scared of it because it's just striped. It does have somewhere, I think you can see it just there, one random rectangle cut out of it, but I think I'll be able to get some type of top out of this one. But it's very, very slippery and very silky, so even though I think it's a jersey, I'm sure, or I'm not sure, I don't know. I think it's mostly polyester because of how like smooth and slippery it is. So I'm a bit nervous to use that one. And then the other one that I got, again, this was, I'm sure that this has been a skirt because it's actually a tube of fabric. I don't think it will have come like this on the bolt. So I think it must have been cut from something else. But colour wise, again, we've got stripes, but these are much more neutral colours, and I do like the look of this fabric, and again, the colours are something that I would use for myself quite a lot. I would buy this colour in the store, but I'm just not sure what I can get out of that yet. So they're like my jerseys. The next ones I've got are these ones. I'll do this pile next. 2 fabrics that I'm not really sure of, so if you've got any ideas for these ones, please let me know in the comments or leave a comment on my blog. These are like really lightweight, delicate voiles, but they're really see-through as well. So this one is a dark brown with a flower on there, and I think I've got around 2 yards of that one. No, maybe only just 1.5 yards actually. So that's what I've got with that. I did think the easiest thing to do would just be make a scarf out of it, but I don't want to be that easy. And then the next one that I've got, I really like this, and I think this would make a nice top for work or for going out in. But again, it's very lightweight, very see-through, almost just like a netting. So you can see how see-through that one is. But it's almost like a large animal print, so I do like that one as well. But I need ideas for those too. These ones now all have enough yardage in them to make a dress and a top, or more of like a complicated dress with like a lining in it, or a fuller skirt, something like that. Most of these are from Joann's, which is a fabric store in America, and I think I got most of them again off the clearance section, because I don't like paying full price for things. So this one is a really, really nice white floral cotton. I'm trying to find the right end to it. And this is really, really lightweight. This will be great for the summers here in Alabama. And it has, I don't know how much you can see, but it has a stripe running through it that almost looks silver when you like hold it up to the light. It's not just where like one row of the cotton is missing. There's actually like a silver thread running down there. So I really like that one. So I'm hoping to do a dress out of this one. I've then got a linen fabric, and this is again quite a big floral print on there, and I think this would look nice as like maybe a vintage style dress, something that's got maybe a nice full skirt, something like that. But again, nice and lightweight, nice for our hot weather over here, so I like that one. This one is more of a cotton voile, and I think I got 3.5 yards in this one, and this is like a broad stripe with different colours on it, but it really does have a nice amount of drape in that, so you've got quite a lot of options, or I've got quite a lot of options with that one. And I think this one was one of my bargain fabrics that may have only been like $2 a yard, but for $2 it's really like high quality, so I like that one. This one is a quilting weight cotton, but I have got quite a lot of this one, and it's again a nice big floral print, but I like that this one has a smaller detail on there as well for those small flower outlines. Again, that would make a good dress. This one is another linen fabric, and this one is more of a smaller ditzy floral, done in very similar colours, purples, reds, oranges. I think this would make a nice wrap dress. I did one out of Gertie's book, and I really liked making that one, and I think this would make a nice wrap dress too. So that's that one. This one you may recognise. I'm not actually sure. I'm sure Camilla did use this, but she bought this fabric, showed it to me, or I may have seen it on her blog. I asked her where she got it from, and it was actually a market that is in Sheffield, the Crystal Peaks market, if any of you are watching locally from Sheffield. And this was a fabric from the Crystal Peaks market, and I just got my mum to go and get some, and then she posted it me across. But I still not managed to make anything with it yet. And it's a super, super soft, like coloured feather fabric. And it's just so nice and soft, so nice. This would make a great summer dress. I can't actually remember if Camilla made a summer dress out of it with her. And then the other two that I've got on this pile are the two fabrics that Abby from Freckled Fashionista sent me. These are the two fleece fabrics that she sent me in my Stitching Santa last year, and I've just not got round to using them yet. And I think I may have had a change of plan as to what I'm going to use them for, because I think that this would actually make two nice cushion covers as well. So I think I'm going to do maybe a couple of cushion covers, or maybe like a bolster cushion, something like that with that one. And then I think I might try and do some storage baskets for some of my sewing patterns with this one, as it's got small buttons on. So I really do like those ones. Thank you again, Abby, if you watch this. So the next one, the next pile, so out of this, I believe there's only one that I haven't bought. And I got this one again as a Christmas present, or I think it may have even been a birthday present. But I think there's a metre of it, and I've just not found anything that I want to commit to using it for yet, because this is, I think it's Lark by Amy Butler. I'm sure that's what it says on the side. Yeah, Lark by Amy Butler. So it's a nice high quality cotton. I've just not found something to use it for yet. So that's that one. Now, the next one is, I'm not going to go through these individually because there's a huge pile of them, and I've dropped two. So this is that. These are all cuts that are 2 yards and under, then they're all quilting weight cottons that I think I bought. Oh, I'll just get a yard of that, or I'll just get a yard and a half of that, and I'll make a top with it. And now I've sewn a little bit more, I realised that I don't love using this weight of cotton, because once it's made into a top, to me it feels too stiff. It's not soft enough for me. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with all of this stuff. There's a fabric that Adam bought me for Christmas once, and I think this is my favourite out of them all. It's the Hot Rod Pin-Up by Alexander Henry. Let me have a look if I can get that up. And I think I've got a metre of that one too. So again, I'm not sure what to do with the metre of it, but I want to do something with it that's not just going to be wasted or going to be shoved somewhere else. So that's that one. And then the final 3 that I've got, or 4, are all bigger remnants of fabrics that you've seen over on my blog before. So I made some trousers out of this one, and then these 3 I made dresses with. And they've all got enough on them to make something else, so I may even make a top or something like that with these ones. The rest of the things that I've got, I think I'm going to end up donating this fabric to maybe our local art centre, because I'm sure, like everybody has those scraps, or maybe everybody doesn't have them, you'll have to let me know, but scraps of cotton that you just keep and you can't bring yourself to throw them away. Well, this is one box of them. They're more like the bigger scraps that I could possibly use for quilting. And then I've also got this one too, which again is bits and bobs of all sorts, but realistically these have just been boxes that I've added to as I've been sewing. I don't think I've ever taken out of these to use them, so I think this might be the stuff that I'm going to donate, because realistically it's scraps. I've used the rest of the fabric for something else, and I'm not going to be using it in the near future. And if I do need a small amount of fabric for something, I'm more than likely just going to go and buy something else. So I think these 2 boxes are going to be donated. I just need to contact our local art centre to see if they want to use them. And then the final box that I've got is I keep a box with like just some random bits in. So I'm quite organised with how everything is kept. I've got some bits of batting left over. I've got some Christmas fabric in here also. And then I've got 2 colours, purple and pink, of like a fleece background that I used for the backing of a quilt many years ago. And it just made me feel older when I say the quilt that I made for that child's christening, I think is almost 4 now. So that's how old that fleece is. And again, I've not used it, so I may even donate that one as well. So hopefully I will be getting this fabric out of my stash one way or another. I'm hoping to use some of it myself. I'm hoping to donate some of it, and I do need to bite the bullet with some of that striped fabric as well to make a garment or two. I've got a secret project underway at the moment, so I can't blog about that until I've actually gifted that one. But then my next projects are going to be either a Coco or a Bettine, as I got those presents for Christmas, or those patterns as presents for Christmas, should I say. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you would like to, and I'll see you again soon.